Hey there guys, it's your boy Jeff Rosado, and I'm back at it again with another Sorcery gameplay video. So guys, as we're welcoming in the new year, I have a couple of announcements. So I'm trying my hardest to upload as much as I possibly can. I just started college full-time, and I've been also doing work full-time, so finding it hard to edit videos when I can, but have no fear, I'm putting in hours to ensure that I provide you guys as much good content as I possibly can, like this gameplay video that we have here. So getting right on into it. I'm playing against Alexander's Sorcerer Beast Tribe deck, and of course I'm playing the Deathspeaker Reanimator deck that I have on my YouTube. So Alexander's deck has been performing really well. We've been experimenting with it a lot, and we found out that there's some room for improvement. Not particularly sure what is missing, but if I had to guess, we probably just need more sets to be released to make the game diverse. See, because alpha and beta, they only provide, so many options of playstyles. However, as we're discovering these new playstyles, we're finding out that we need a bit more support as the game goes on. So Alexander won the die roll, so he's going to go first. He's going to tap his Sorcerer here. Play an Aqueduct. Oh, and then he's going to pass to me. Going to tap my Deathspeaker here. I imagine I just play a Sight and pass. What it looks like is, I have a play. I have an Amethyst Core. Always good to start out with cores at the beginning of the game. That's pretty sweet. So I'm generating one of each of my threshold required for my deck. Alexander being a 4-element deck, does require him a bit of time to collect what he needs. Let's see if he has anything this turn. He's playing a Dark Tower into a Common Sense. And then with the last mana that he has, so he's using a Common Sense to search for a Porcupine Pufferfish. And with the last mana that he has, I assume he's just going to cast it. Does, then just passes to us. Gonna untap Deathspeaker here. Play a Desert, boom, dealing to 1 damage to the Pufferfish, so good. Deserts are really sweet. It's free real estate, So this game lasted nearly an hour and a half. However, I did a lot of edits to this video to trim what was necessary, so that way I can provide you guys with a quick game. Speaking of quick, Alexander's going to generate his mana with a Lighthouse, and then play a Highland Falconer to search for Sacred Scarabs. Now, Alexander is not prepared for this, but he's about to walk into the most strategic strategy ever. I gotta pass because I suck at this game, bro. So, playing the River of Flame, and you guys will see that card puts in a lot of work. Of course, I haven't really done much. I've only just played 3 sites. And this is actually alright. See, because now Alexander is going to go in thinking that I don't have much resources given how I played the game up to this point. He's going to dish out some damage with his Falconer into Sacred Scarabs, thus putting me at 18 life. Going to tap my Deathspeaker here. Going to play the infamous Sinkhole. But I actually do something very big brain. I actually don't play it yet. So I just pass my turn. Again, I'm leading up to the most ultimate strategy right now. And Alexander is probably just like mad confused as to like why I haven't played anything, why I haven't activated my sinkhole, nothing. Taking my time in this game. See, it takes time to build up a good strategy. Alexander's attacking with the polar bears, dishing in 2 damage. And then of course the Falconer and the Sacred Scarabs just chewing at my life total. All according to plan. Alexander's going to use the Sorcerer to draw a spell. And then also play a Land Surveyor to draw a site. Pretty good turn. But this is where it all comes crumbling down. So I'm going to tap my Deathspeaker.
If you poison Nova me, I'm gonna be mad.
I'm actually about to do that, I swear to God. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I got it, 6. So, Poison Nova on the River Flame, because it's a fire spellcaster. It kills everything.
Yeah, so Poison Nova, I used that to identify the River Flame as the fire spellcaster, and all those minions were in the perfect spot for the Poison Nova to eradicate all of them. And then finally, with my second sinkhole and my first sinkhole, I will use their effects to blow up 2 of Alexander's sites. So now, looking at the board state, I'm at 3 sites. I have the Amethyst Core. It only has 2 sites. So I took a big chunk out of getting rid of, what, 4 minions? Yeah, 4 minions and 2 sites all in 1 turn, off of just 1 spell, mind you. Yeah, we're probably in high spirits for this game. So Alexander's gonna play another Sacred Scarabs, and untap the Deathspeaker. Now, as a side note, a lot of people have been playing Deathspeaker as air and fire, and of course that's what I'm playing for this list. I have a new list coming out shortly, so stay tuned for that, and you guys are in for a treat. I mean, this Deathspeaker deck is just crazy. And you know what else is crazy?
That's all I want to hear.
I'm sorry, Alexander. I had to do it to you, man. Yeah. I played Courtesan Thais, and apparently I played it at a really great time. Alexander just has 2 cave-ins and a mirror realm. Yeah, this is a pretty strong start. And I take his turn, and I have him draw a site, and it just happens to be another sinkhole. Oh my goodness, man. So obviously, I mean, you guys already know what's about to happen. I'm about to cave in his only minion, and I'm gonna use that sinkhole to blow up another one of his sites. So yeah, I'm just gonna have him tap his Sorcerer. Almost went for the Mirror Realm there, but honestly, yeah, I have to go for the sinkhole. It's just insane, man. Like, I mean, sinkhole and Courtesan Thais. I mean, honestly, like, I'm gonna play my opponent's turn, use his cave-in to get rid of his minion, and then sinkhole to get rid of his site.
If this game doesn't get sinkhole or Courtesan Thais banned, I don't know what will.
No, seriously. I mean, these cards are ridiculously strong, and I mean, being able to control my opponent, and I mean, sinkhole is already like just very powerful, but being able to take my opponent and use their sinkhole against themselves, dude, I mean, it's just extremely powerful. And then the Poison Nova didn't help too, just getting rid of his whole field. So Alexander here is going to take my turn. He has quite a few options. Tapping my Deathspeaker to play a Boneyard. Now this is great because he can now place back a minion in play. Looks like it's going to be that Falconer. And yeah, I guess he's going to go for the Sacred Scarabs. I think that's his only target in his deck. But I mean, still, that's pretty powerful. Let's see what else he will do. I do have a Pact with the Devil, and I do have a Raised Dead. Problem is that if he plays the Raised Dead, who knows what I can get back with it. And if he plays the Pact with the Devil, I mean, he can have me lose half my life to draw 3 sights, which is usually always what you want to do when you're controlling your opponent for Courtesan Thais. He actually made an insane play there. He used the Pact with the Devil to identify the River of Flame as the fire spellcaster, sacrificing that and having me draw 3 sights. It looks like I just drew more deserts and another tower. He's gonna have Courtesan Thais attack his site for 0. So I actually don't know why I untap the Deathspeaker here. He's gonna play a Gothic Tower and generate some mana. He's going to use Cave In, targeting my Deathspeaker's site, and then he's going to burrow my Amethyst Core, which actually should just be underneath the site. I shouldn't have placed it into the graveyard. So the Highland Falconer is going to attack, and the Deathspeaker is going to block. Going to take my turn here. You know, come to think of it, I don't think I could have blocked the Highland Falconer actually. But, you know, silver rule, we will just play it cool. Move my Courtesan Thais back to the site where the Sacred Scarabs was. Tap my Deathspeaker to play a desert. Killing the Sacred Scarabs, and then ultimately killing my own Courtesan Thais. The reason why I did that is because at some point I was going to use Deathspeaker's ability to bring it back. I believe I had to wait until Alexander had a few cards in his hand, but instead I bring back the Land Surveyor, and I'm able to draw a sight. This was really sweet because I don't even play Earth element in my deck, but with the color out of space, I was able to bring back his Land Surveyor with my Deathspeaker's ability. And the color out of space was able to give me the Earth threshold that I needed. So Alexander here going to use Assorted Animals, and he's going to search for Pit Vipers and Porcupine Pufferfish. I'm actually kind of intrigued why he didn't go for... Well, I guess he couldn't, because see, I imagine he could have just searched for a stronger beast minion, but given his mana, he probably couldn't cast it. And then with Courtesan Thais threatening to come back into play, I guess he didn't want to be stuck with cards in his hand for me to use, which is pretty smart. So Deathspeaker is going to play a Gothic Tower. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play that Grandmaster Wizard, allowing me to draw 3 spells there. Pretty sweet. So, okay, I was a bit confused at first, but I'm going to use my Deathspeaker's ability to just get rid of his Porcupine Pufferfish in his graveyard. And then I'm going to play an Eremos Mercenaries, so I have to discard a random card in my hand, and that allows me to play an Eremos Mercenaries for free. So that gives me an extra body in play. And it looks like I'm going to roll the 12-sided dice, and then that's going to get rid of Desert. Pass the turn to Alexander. He's going to play a Mirror Realm. I think he actually copies my color out of space here, which is pretty sweet. And then yeah, he's going to play a Highland Princess. He's going to go for an Onyx Core. Not too bad. He's rebuilding his field up steadily, and he's getting his mana going. His threshold is pretty solid. And yeah, he's going to use Lightning Bolt to get rid of the Eremos Mercenaries. Pretty nasty. Okay, Viper's getting in for 1 damage. Putting me at 11 life. Now this is pretty sweet. I want my Deathspeaker to get on Death's Door so I can use his ability more efficiently. However, I also want to survive in the game long enough for me to play all my powerful minions. So here I'm going to play another Gothic Tower. It's unfortunate that I didn't get another tower, and you know, that's okay. At least I have enough mana to play this Hounds of Ondaros. Oh yeah, I'm super excited about this. So I play a Seasoned Sellsword, and so my thought process was on the next turn, if I move the Seasoned Sellsword to the Mirror Realm or Color Out of Space controlled by Alexander, it would be nearby his avatar. So then, if I use my Deathspeaker's ability to cast Courtesan Thais, I control him again, but now I can use the Seasoned Sellsword's ability, discard a card to gain control of it, and I can ultimately have him discard his entire hand to constantly reactivate the Sellsword's ability. But Alexander knew about the Courtesan Thais, and he takes precaution here and just empties out his entire hand. So at this moment, I'm forced to block with what I can, and this is pretty decent for Alexander because now that means if I play Courtesan Thais, he doesn't have enough cards for me to gain a full advantage over it, while my hand is stacked with spells. And now the Seasoned Sellsword can't force him to discard his hand because he basically already played his hand. So it's very smart to get out of that, but here we had another plan set up, and now I'm able to play my Dark Tower, completely cutting off his row there, his right row, and now I'm going to use Deathspeaker to play his Highland Princess. And now I search for probably the most powerful card in my deck, the Cathera Mechanism. This card is super powerful. It allows me to determine all random outcomes. So from here on out, if Alexander uses Lightning Bolts, I can determine what they hit. Depending if there are multiple targets for a Lightning Bolt or multiple minions to target with it. And as well as my Raised Dead and anything else in my deck, I can determine all the random outcomes. It's very strong. So here, not looking that great for Alexander. I basically just, got rid of as many minions as I could. Played another wizard here. I think I'm going to play it where the Pit Vipers is. And then yeah, I played a Phased Assassin, and I passed. So my board grew pretty quick. Using the Sinkholes and the Poison Nova, it definitely bought me a lot of time to build up my hand and to build up my board. And then on top of that, Deathspeaker allowed me to utilize a lot of Alexander's Genesis abilities and really progress me even further. So Alexander's going to play a Land Surveyor here to draw a sight. And he's recovering on his mana, that much is certain. And so he's going to attempt to kill my Grandmaster Wizard here, but I decided to block with the Apprentice Wizard, and I kept the Grandmaster Wizard out of combat. Going to draw. Now I'm going to play a Shifting Sands. Not really going to activate its ability, unfortunately, because it's only like 3 deserts and it really wouldn't benefit me. However, my mana is stacked, dude. Oh my gosh, I can essentially cast anything I want at this point. It's pretty insane. I use the Phase Assassin, attempting to attack the Sorcerer. Actually, no, I think I attacked the Land Surveyor on purpose, actually, because he couldn't block the Phase Assassin. This is great because I'm pretty sure I cast his Land Surveyor to draw a sight. And then I cast a Grandmaster Wizard to draw 3 spells. Oh my gosh, the like insane amount of value that this deck produces is just crazy. I mean, the Grandmaster Wizards alone, sure, definitely draw me cards, but just being able to control the board state on this type of level just really shows how good that this Deathspeaker deck can be. So Alexander is going to play Ruins. And he plays a Hillock Basilisk. That's a really good card. It's going to disable my Phase Assassin. Unfortunately, I am, however, going to take my turn. I assume I have some sort of answer for it. I felt like I've had an answer for everything this game. Yeah, of course I did. So I'm going to cast a Minor Explosion, and that's going to get rid of both the Phase Assassin, the Hillock Basilisk, and finally dish out 3 damage to Alexander. It has taken me like a long time for me to build up my strategy, but now I feel like I'm in a good spot here to try and go after his life points. And this was a long game, and a lot definitely happened in it. So here, I'm going to use Raise Dead, and here's the good part. Thanks to Cathedra Mechanism, I get to determine what the Raise Dead will bring back. So, just going through my options, I'm trying to just go after something that can dish out some damage. And yeah, it looks like I'm going to go for Hounds of Ondaros. I guess I played another Phase Assassin right there as well, only just progressing my battle strategy further. Moving my Grandmaster Wizard, trying to position my spellcasters right where they need to be. And that Grandmaster Wizard is perfectly right in the center. So in case I have a Poison Nova or any Minor Explosions, I can go ahead and dish those out very efficiently. Alexander's going to play an Amethyst Core along with a Highland Falconer. Does look like he has no targets. I think that's because I got rid of all his Sacred Scarabs already. Yeah, actually, you can even see it there. All 4 of his Sacred Scarabs are in his cemetery, which is perfect. So I use Lightning Bolt here. Let's take a leap of faith. Really wanted to take out the Falconer. I mean, I guess if I deal 3 damage, that's sweet too. But yeah, took out the Falconer. So sweet. Luck favors the mighty, as they say. fairly mighty. So I'm going to move Deathspeaker and then play another Hounds of Ondaros, use the Phase Assassin to attack, and then use my other Hounds of Ondaros to attack, evening out the playing field. So now we're both at 10 life. I feel really good. I feel really good about this game now. At first it was pretty hefty because Alexander had all these fast, I guess you can say minions with like low power. But with my heavy control spells, I was able to balance out the board, and now I'm able to play out these really big minions to close out the game as fast as I can. Alexander is even going to use a lightning bolt to get me down as quickly as he can. Plays a Pit Viper right where all my minions are. I was hoping to block the Phase Assassin, I assume. The Hounds of Ondaros thankfully have Airborne. So yeah, the Phase Assassin, I think I even decided to just attack the Pit Vipers. Yeah. So those two are going to take each other out, and then both my Hounds are going to swing in for 8 damage. Now Alexander is at 2 life. So here I'm going to play Eremos Mercenaries, and again, thanks to Cathera Mechanism, I get to determine what random card I would discard for the Eremos Mercenaries alternate cost. And it's sweet. So I went and discarded a Poison Nova. I don't think I want to, you know, accidentally kill my own minions with that. So I don't think I also have to worry about any minions that Alexander plays from here on out. I'm going to use my Deathspeaker to attack his site for 1, putting him at 1 life. And then, yeah, I'm going to use Raise Dead. And we'll bring back Phase Assassin. So, I'm saving Courtesan Thais, although that would have been a good option too. See, if I played Courtesan Thais, I could have had his Sorcerer attack. Oh, I'm actually going to play Courtesan Thais. I actually didn't think I was doing that. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and take his turn. And it just has a Ruby Core. Play the Ruby Core, and I assume I'm just going to have my Sorcerer attack his Eremos Mercenaries. Or I'm going to have his Sorcerer attack my Eremos Mercenaries. And we're going to go ahead and pass the turn to, well, I guess to me, but Alexander is going to control me on this turn. So he draws a really good card. He draws my Minor Explosion, which is a bit unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is, and with him being on death's door, I feel more comfortable more than ever. So he's going to move my Phase Assassin and the Eremos Mercenaries to a site. He's going to even move my Grandmaster Wizard to the same site, and then you already kind of can tell what's going to happen here. So move my Deathspeaker. Move the Hounds of Ondaros. See, because he can't kill those with the Minor Explosion, but getting them away from his Sorcerer is probably best. So he used my Deathspeaker, identifying it as a spellcaster, and using the Minor Explosion to take out that site. Cleared of most of my minions. Now it's back to him. Manipulated the board state quite a bit. And wow, that Minor Explosion was unfortunate. And you know, that's what happens when you play Courtesan Thais sometimes, is that, you know, it can be a double-edged sword for sure. But again, if you're gaining the advantage of Courtesan Thais, you're only just progressing the game. See, because when I controlled him, I was able to put him on death's door, and even though, yes, he controlled my turn and got rid of minions, my life total is still at 7. I still have my strongest minions in play, and there really wasn't much that he could do controlling me second. See, Courtesan Thais has her own timing, but if you know that right timing, and if you just master it, almost every time you play her, she's going to be a wonderful tool. Oh, Alexander's thinking really hard. So we're up to the final few turns here. He's going to play a Ruler of Thul and a Polar Bears. So Ruler of Thul is going to attack my Shifting Sands, I believe. And then, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take my turn here. Play Grandmaster Wizard from the Deathspeaker's ability, drawing me 3 more cards. Hounds of Ondaros will attack the Polar Bears. My other Hounds is going to move into position. I'm going to play a Phase Assassin. I'm just dumping minions at this point. Playing as much as I can. And Aramus Mercenaries on top of that. I imagine, yeah, discard a Death Dealer for its alternate cost. And of course, Cathera Mechanism allowed me to choose what I discarded. And now this is great, so I have a backup plan after all my backup plans. And if all else fails, I can cast that Death Dealer with the Deathspeaker, eradicating the field if it gets out of hand. So I'm going to move my Deathspeaker back. Alexander is going to untap. Alexander is going to use the Sorcerer to draw a spell. Oh, so he drew Common Sense, and he's going to use that Common Sense to search for another Common Sense. And then finally, with his second Common Sense, he'll search for a Lightning Bolt. So Ruler of Thul is going to attack the Aramus Mercenaries. Now, I think Alexander thought that Ruler of Thul increased its own power, but it doesn't. It says other allies. So I don't know how I didn't catch that either, but the Ruler of Thul actually would die if it attacked the Aramus Mercenaries. But that is okay. Sometimes when you play an hour-long game, it really is easy to misplay here. And so Alexander could have taken a chance to put me on death's door, but I go ahead and play a Lord of the Void, and yeah, with my other Hounds of Ondaros, I was able to seal the deal and close out that game. It was a ridiculous game. So much was going on, and you know, a few misplays from both of us, and you know, that happens when you have so much going on. It's really easy to make a mistake, and with a game this intricate and all its interactions, I mean, it just makes it easier to overlook something. For what it was worth, that was a really solid game. A very long one for sure, but ultimately it was just perfect. I mean, I had everything that game. I was able to play Courtesan Thais, I was able to double sinkhole, technically even triple sinkhole. And then with using the River of Flame to just, you know, take out 4 minions with that Poison Nova, I mean, dude, like, the value was just there. Like, Deathspeaker is just all about value. And yeah, you just can't go wrong with a deck like that. It's very strong. Well, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this gameplay video. I certainly did. And yeah, stay tuned for more content. I hope to post a new deck list soon. And I also hope to upload a few updated deck lists on some of my decks as well. So stay tuned for that. And as always, guys, have a wonderful week. Bye.